And the days roll on and on and on, and the days roll on and on. Or something like that. I think President Olmec is due for a vacation. It seems like the country's fairly stable right now. That's good. Will it remain so stable? I have no idea. I'm sure the ministers from the internet are yelling at Olmec to do a better job, but well, as we've already discussed, the history of Chimerica is just that, history. It is unalterable, except when my recorder crashes and I take a 3-week hiatus. But enough of that. Let's get on with chatting with random people. Are there any new reports? Did I not check this recently? Okay. Let's touch base with our doctor and our teacher, see what's going on. 1 physician, 3 healthcare workers, serves a population of 12,000. So, we're still working on that one, huh? We're making progress, Dr. Escobar reports, in building a comprehensive primary healthcare system in Chimerica. Our plans call for doubling the number of health clinics in rural areas. But so much remains to be done. We must launch a nationwide vaccination campaign to prevent the spread of measles, polio, and other things. I know it just has a list of 4 there, but I'm sure that vaccinations for everything and everyone. You get it. To keep the cost of healthcare down, we focus on programs with the highest impact for the smallest investment, especially methods to protect the health of mothers and young children. As a result, the Chimerican infant mortality rate has begun to drop. We may confidently count on the support of the people of the countryside now that health services are so much improved. So basically, we're crushing your dreams, lady. We know what you want. We're telling you what we don't have. And that's money. We're working on it. We're evolving, okay? This new government. We're going over some rough patches here. We're just trying to build up some more hard currency, so we don't have to depend so much on foreign aid, okay? Just have to. I know you have dreams and passions, and helping everyone is great, but we can't. So, I'm glad we touched base, though, yeah. Dr. Escobar shakes her head slowly, frowning with disapproval. I will never understand, she says slowly, the workings of the political mind. That's why you chose to be a doctor, and not handle any sort of economics or financials. So, let's disappoint the teacher now. A weak rubber-stamped legislature under Farsante, the assembly continues to function. Most power is... Wait, what? 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 I think I'm talking to the education chick. Woo! There was a whoosh sound. Things went over my head. Let's just continue. The League of Chimerican Women has begun a nationwide program of daycare for working mothers. Through the League and other such popular organizations, we give people a sense of their own worth and power. This should be the first priority in developing democracy in Chimerica. The first priority, Leticia? Oh man, Leticia Zoria de Granados. Support the League of Chimerican Women and other popular democratic organizations. Our generation has a historic opportunity to finally forge democracy in Chimerica. I recommend the immediate formation of a tripartisan electoral council charged with writing a new constitution and preparing for elections. That sounds good to me, sure. I mean, my government can only be in power for so long. This was more like a temporary junta thing, where we somehow made an amalgamation of things. We gotta get the ball rolling. I must say I'm disappointed in you, Azordia scolds, scowling with disapproval. You and your revolution will never amount to anything. Anyway, her expression seems to say. Message from Comandante Correa, Chief of Staff. The vicious attacks of the reactionary forces continue to worsen. Refugees fleeing reacto raids have begun to swarm into the cities. The People's Reconciliation Army does everything in its power to protect our citizens, but our limited resources are spread very thin. War casualties at a clinic in Tezumal province. The clinic has itself been repeatedly the target of attacks. In one incident, 3 patients and a nurse were killed. Dr. Escobar, eyes red from lack of sleep, pleads for help. In any society, a given percentage of people grow up to be psychopathic killers. Some societies put these people in prison, others execute them. What did our great leader Frasante do? He hired them for his guard. Now they have returned. Already they have burned down 3 of our small town health clinics. When they arrive in town, they go looking for the health workers, the agricultural experts, the teachers. Anyone remotely associated with the government, they kidnap or execute. Distribute arms to popular militias, and draft a larger army to protect us. Manuel is pissed. Far out in the country, the doctors and teachers who come to help the poorest of the poor are looked upon as saints. Now the reactionaries seem determined to make them martyrs as well. Since these brave professionals are paid by the government, the murderers feel justified in killing them as a way of putting pressure on us. We must protect our citizens against these terrorists. Didn't seem so long ago that we were considered to be terrorists too, huh, Manuel? Oh, but I merely play devil's advocate. Of course I'm going to agree with you, Captain Badass. President Olmec is fully committed to this shit. Even if it kills him. Especially if it kills him. Trying to burn that waffling shit out of my mind. Form armed village militias and war zones. Register all young men for the military draft. I know you wish to lay down your arms and prepare for peace, but not everyone can adapt. Escobar manages to smile. Very good, Presidente. At least, when I visit wounded children, I can say that someone is trying to protect them. Once we unleash the energy of the people, Calderon says confidently, their contagious enthusiasm is unstoppable. To lead them, we must continue to push forward ourselves. God, I hope you're right. At the funeral for the 7 mothers, Comandante Calderon vowed unceasing vigilance in the fight against the Reactos. What was the crime for which these women died? Was it that they had sons in the army defending their country? Was it that they wished to visit their boys? Or was it simply that the Red Cross truck that carried them traveled an isolated road, and so presented an easy target for cowards hiding in the woods? Interviewed at his camp 20 kilometers from the border, Major Padilla seemed relaxed and friendly. Why do we fight? For justice, for democracy, for our children's right to grow up free in an environment cleansed of communist oppression. You motherfucker. Oh, you motherfucker. Oh, this has definitely been an interesting storyline. In the alternate history, I did not instantaneously just like immediately like reverse direction and fucking exile people left and right for this Death Squad shit. And Colonel Horatio Ehrlich, apparently he was involved with drug trafficking, which was an interesting discovery. And Major Padilla was continuing to be a douchebag, of course. I don't really remember much about that, though. That was kind of like a failed video that happened a long time ago. My memory's getting bad. So now our youth will be forced to march and drill, shout communist slogans, and swallow whole the alien cult of national liberation militarism. Well, that's better than having people getting murdered left and right by the acts of Death Squad terrorists. Come on, man. You know I'm gonna fight against the Death Squads, right? Come on. I tried the moderate approach, and they're like, law, murder, and pillage. Again. Ha ha ha. No. Bad. For proof that this is a government of the people, we need only observe the new military draft. This government has no need of a mercenary army to protect it from its own people. It arms the people themselves so that everyone may join the fight against our enemies. The more powerful the enemy, the stronger must be our determination to resist. I'm going to touch base here with the Subcommandant again. If only the enemy would attack our army, Correa says angrily. Instead, they attack isolated villages and farms, trying to teach the people that their government is incapable of protecting its citizens. Because the prior government was perfectly capable of protecting its fucking citizens whenever they had the death squads terrorizing the fucking people left and right. Now they're fucking doing it as goddamn guerrillas instead of a government-sanctioned force. You're not teaching people jack shit, except for the fact that you suck. Getting all passionate and shit now. Speaking loudly into the microphone I'm wearing around my neck. The attacks on our civilian population continue, your minister says sorrowfully. We cannot seem to make the authors of this madness understand what they are doing. What choice have we but to fight back? Yes. The second year of your presidency. The dry season ends, and the rainy season begins. Soldiers, armed with submachine guns, surround the National Palace. Over the radio, rebels announce a coup d'etat against your government. Antonio Alejos Espinales. The telephone rings, edged with a hard-nude boldness. The voice of Antonio Alejos Espinales addresses you. Antonio? Good day, Presidente. The palace is surrounded. If you cooperate, you will not be harmed. In the courtyard sits a windowless military van, ready to escort you to the airport in exile. We shall say, perhaps, that you have stepped down because of imminent danger to your health. In the name of the people of Chimerica, I command you to resign. You do not represent the people. Bulletin from the office, the Presidente of Chimerica. Early today, certain traitors, led by Antonio Alejos Espinales, briefly took control of the broadcast facilities of Radio Chimerica. They made false pronouncements over the air, claiming the government had been overthrown. After a short battle, loyal troops quickly recaptured the radio station and routed mutineers besieging the palace. All leaders of the uprising that have not fled into exile have been captured. Viva el Presidente! Viva Chimerica! Fuck your couch! Concern mounted as officials reviewed statistics on the military buildup in Chimerica. Invasion has for the moment been ruled out, largely in consideration of the anti-American reaction as such a move would be sure to provoke throughout Latin America. Some argue, however, that a swift surgical strike could minimize public relations damage. So, good talk, everyone. Yeah. Francisco, you're still hanging around. Manuel, you're still doing good. Liliana. Ignacio. I haven't reviewed these people in a while. Maybe I need to, like, burn their names into my memory. Just in case. There we go. There he is. Popular stability. Among the more independent-minded of current army generals. Grew up in a well-to-do family of coffee producers. Ooh, I can't really appoint him now, can I? Trained long ago at West Point in his younger days, regarded as ablest field commander in the army. During the insurrection, led a faction of the military that broke with Farsante at a crucial juncture, effectively sealing the dictator's fate. He supports modernization of methods of export agricultural production, increased military preparedness through U.S. aid and training, elimination of governmental corruption, and maintenance of close ties to the United States. And he led a failed coup. So, can I talk with you again, Correa? What's up, bro? How you doing, man? Hell, Plox, K, thanks, bye, lol. Yep. I fully support you. Help, Plox. Okay, thanks, bye. Oh. So, who else do I feel like talking with today? Bishop and the rights activists are probably going to talk about the people that we need to identify and shit, and trade union leaders are going to be like, blah, 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 support unions, and industrialists are going to be like, blah, 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 down with unions. Shopkeepers are going to be like, price controllers are gone, but I'm sure you could do something else for me. Maybe promise that they'll never be instituted again. The bankers will be like, shit's doing okay. The NCO representatives are going to be like, you're not going to care for us. Coffee worker, Cuban consul. Huh. Well, let's talk with the rights activist. Maybe you have something new to make me cry. We thank you, Presidente, for leading the fight for justice. Yep. Yep, sounds good to me. Any new reports? I mean, I'm not going to be invading anyone. I'm trying to protect myself here against fucking guerrilla warfare. That shit's happening, man. It's happening. Let's have a chat with... I haven't talked with a good friend here in a while. Maybe I can ease his fears. We are not planning to invade anyone. I have been instructed to inform you, Bufford begins. The United States regards with displeasure the measures you have taken to increase the size and sophistication of the Chimerican army. This buildup threatens the stability of the entire region, because you're actually able to defend yourself appropriately. Not everyone else can do that, because we're more than happy to neuter everyone and make them wholly dependent upon us. Oh, Manuel's just fucking interjected himself here. It's like, fuck you, External Affairs Minister. You sit the fuck down. The attacks on our civilian population continue. We have no choice but to fight back, El Quentin Bufford. I am not sure that you fully understand the potential consequences of your actions in matters that might affect the national security of the United States. We pay very particular attention to such acts and to their consequences. Well, let's have another encounter. Now that we've pissed in his coffee, whose coffee can we piss in today? Even more coffee piss. Woo! Coffee piss! Spring break! Did we get like a news report for that? No, we did not. Sad face. Let's talk with a shopkeeper. Sure. I hope whoever came up with those mad dog ideas about price controls has learned a lesson. It's hard enough to run the store without interference from some government ministry. Official who thinks he knows my business better than I do. Promise not to institute price controls or rationing. Though repressive measures must be considered a last resort, there are times when we have no other choice. As long as shortages of food continue, we will have to keep our army ready to quell any disturbances that threaten to disrupt the peace. I like the idea of encouraging charitable institutions to handle the hunger of the poor. I like that. Good. Sounds good to me. We're making progress without actually making progress. That's how I stay in office. Come on, man. Let's piss off the cotton cultivator. No, there's no point. Banker, how we doing? Good day. We're doing good. Alright. Fantastic. Good talk, everyone. Good talk. Encounter with, say... I guess I really could, like, spend some time consulting my, my ministers. You're concerned about shortages of food? You would be. Let's talk about nationalism, popular organizations, and democracy. The Electoral Council is debating the forms of local government. We urge you to lend your support to decentralized local administration, focusing on neighborhood associations called Barrio Defense Committees. Give these groups some power. Make them the ones to appoint and remove mayors. In many neighboring countries, local mayors are selected by city councils. The councils, in turn, are elected by the people. I ask you to lend your support to adopting this idea in our new constitution. How do you feel? You feel the same way. You feel the same way, too. Seems like my moderate people feel the same way, and the only person who's really going gung-ho over this shit is Captain Badass. I think I'm going to agree with Ignacio here. That sounds good to me. Indirect election of mayors to election of city councils. For the present power-sharing arrangement to continue, Calderon says slowly, all parties must occasionally yield on certain points of dispute. We are prepared as a goodwill gesture to accede to your wishes in this present instance. Good, 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 good. We had ourselves a little powwow there. Cool. So that's a consultation, everyone. You can also go through things that you've tabled, but I haven't tabled anything. So, yeah. Let's have a chat about corruption. Sounds good to me. The Farsante bureaucracy was like a river infested with little piranha fish. Everyone demanded his own little bite before anything could ever get done. What was left after they all took just one little bribe? Nothing much but bones. Totally rebuild and restructure the corrupt governmental bureaucracy. How do you feel, Defense Minister? Well, fuck yes. As I expected. Yes. Yes. Alright, I think that's a win. I think we're doing that one. Well, now that everyone somehow managed to reach a consensus in this tripartisan form of government, I think it's time for you to take a small break. Coming back, more consultations? Who knows? Maybe the government will actually get shit done. It's a mystery. I think I ended the previous video with that tagline. Shit.